And
What
we are
is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I'm one of your hosts, as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
What's going on, my man? How are you feeling today?
Hey, man, I'm feeling pretty damn good. I'm feeling like my favorite sports team in the entire world is a pretty damn good team.
Yeah, I'm feeling like they're 4-1, buddy. 4 and
Let's go.
1.
Best
We
best
kicked down the
start for to a
Buffalo
tech.
Bills.
Yeah, best start to a Texan season since 2012, I think, when we started
Yeah,
5-0.
yeah. Which I mean,
Yep.
starting 5-0 is awesome. Which I
And
wish we
that's
could have done that.
yeah, it's
But
pretty
yeah,
much all you can ask for. But the Texans are here at 4-1 after 5 weeks, and most recent win, obviously yesterday, came against the Buffalo Bills, who overall they didn't look like it yesterday, but it's a really well respected, good team in the league.
yeah. I mean, they're Josh Allen is hailed as a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. A lot of people saying like maybe the straight up the most talented quarterback in the
Yeah,
NFL, and he's been great this season. But they had shortcomings. They had a lot of shortcomings
yeah,
yesterday. We'll get into it. This was really just like I think it was about the Bills and their their failure to add in the offseason, which we all knew. We were like, they don't have top dog receivers or anything like that. They
yeah.
have like Dalton Kincaid,
Hmm.
and we talked about it last week's episode. Like maybe with Shakir out, maybe we'd have a chance to really dominate on the defensive side. And buddy, we did. You go
Yeah.
look at Josh Allen's stat line and their offensive stats, not good,
No,
not
Josh
good at all.
Allen was 9 for 30 yesterday,
Hmm,
131 yards,
hmm.
and I believe and one touchdown maybe, or yeah, I
Threw
don't
one
remember.
touchdown.
Yeah,
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 he
threw a
threw one.
touchdown. But
Keon Coleman.
overall, I mean, this kind of, you're right. I mean, it kind of goes back to the off season not getting not the Bills really didn't have any interest in adding any weapons. Obviously, losing Stephon Diggs. Coming down to Houston, and that was a big game for him yesterday. I know he really wanted that win, but the thing is this experiment that the Bills were kind of have been doing so far this season, where they're like, we have Josh Allen and his buddies, and we're gonna see
Yeah,
how they can
Josh's
do.
friends.
Josh and friends, and obviously without Shakir, that was hard for them yesterday. But I mean, it looked real bad. It looked
It
really
looks
really
tough for
bad,
them.
and Josh
It
Allen
looked
was just getting his ass beat yesterday.
Yeah, he did a great job of trying to avoid the pressure and avoid sacks. He only got sacked once. Each quarterback just got sacked once, but it felt like he was under pressure the entire game. Felt
Yeah.
like no one was getting open. The secondary was really their only hope, which the ball knowers here, me and Noah, the ball knowers, knew that they were going to be spamming the run. They're going to be running with James
Yeah.
Cook a whole lot. Couldn't stop him. I don't know why they just didn't give it to him 40
I don't
times.
know. I don't know
I
why
don't know
either.
because it was like 8 yards a pop. It seemed like every time he got
Hmm.
the ball. But yeah, no, just a lot of issues with the passing game for the Bills yesterday.
Yeah.
Like unlike one team,
Hmm.
who didn't have problems throwing the ball or at all, really.
No,
Which
not
sometimes it
really.
seems like this game was a tale of two halves. This game was a tale of two halves, though.
It
It
was.
was
Yeah, the first half. The first half was. I mean, it was electric. The Texans. This was probably the best half. The first half of this game was the best half of football I've seen the Texans play probably since last year's
absolutely,
playoff game against the Browns. That
absolutely.
was, yeah, and it was really wonderful to see, because especially we've been worried about this game all week. The Bills are a good team. We really need this. 4-1 sounds a hell of a lot better than 3-2. And
Oh,
this team starting 3-2 and then losing to the Bills, one of the powerhouses in the AFC. We really needed to win this game to show, hey, this is what we are. This is what we can do. We're going to be down the stretch a name in the AFC that you're going to be fearing when it comes playoff time. And that's what this game was really. The goal of this game was to prove that to everybody else, because we're obviously we've won. We were 3-1, but we had some close games against the Jaguars and the Bears and just games that we should have really kicked their ass. So this game was a big test, and the first half really showed that, and it was incredible. We had just vintage CJ and Nico 50-yard bomb down the field. That play blew my mind. I was so excited because we've been missing that. That's what I said on the last episode. I was like, I want those firework plays. I want CJ throwing deep. and then that Nico Collins catch was beautiful.
Yeah, no, that route, which Nico is, you can't, if he's on a go route or if he's getting up, he's going upfield. I don't know
Yeah.
who can keep up with him. Nico straight up might be right. I mean, next right there with Jettas, right there with Justin Jefferson right now. He looks. I mean, it doesn't look like a fluke ass receiving few games. This looks like, oh yeah, he's genuinely, you can't cover him. Even if he is covered, he's gonna get up and get the ball. Frico Nico is just, he's, hope he's okay, by the way. You know, he's missed this entire second half. He's okay.
Yeah.
But man,
he can do whatever he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. Josh chime in. Producer Josh, say hello, producer Josh.
What's everyone. Up, Josh?
Yeah, but I mean, him and Stroud together, just unreal connection. And when he went out, it was a clear case of the offense is just not as good without Nico.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Even with guys like Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, who are two incredible receivers, Nico Collins being in there just absolutely open, like it just changes it. It changes the entire dynamic of the offense and the weapons that we have. In the Bills, CJ talked about this in the press conference, and this is more into the second half. They were able to make some adjustments after Nico left the game because they didn't have to worry about Nico anymore, and that's the biggest thing to worry about when it comes to playing this Texans offense is CJ and Nico's connection. So after that, then that's when the offense started struggling. Obviously, absolutely. but just seeing everything click in the first half, no penalties was beautiful, and we dominated the Bills in every facet of the game when we weren't shooting ourselves in the foot. And it's like, this is what this team can do when they get out of their own way. And it was just really good validation.
There was maybe one huge complaint that I had with the first half, and that was that fourth and 1 or the 4th and inches when we turned over on downs. They didn't take their time. This is the kind of the stuff where I'm like, Miko and the coaching staff, they are still learning. This is still a learning curve for them for sure, especially for D'Amico. And we'll get into my biggest complaint of the game at the end of the game. But this particular play didn't take their time at all. They just went right up to the line. Everyone in the stadium, the bar I was at, everyone knew to run up the middle. That's what's going to happen. Run. They gave it to Dari or Cam, whoever, just gets stuffed right at the line. And then that was like, damn, we were dominating this drive. We were about to go up, maybe close to 2 or 3 scores at that time.
21-3, I believe.
We were about to go up 21-3 on them. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy to do in the first half. But of course, I mean, couldn't do it. Couldn't get it done. The Bills got a momentum shift over that. They didn't score after that. It didn't matter really, but it would have been nice to been. I would say, I think we're talking about it off camera. Both of us, we both agree. Triple option, or like have Schultz or something leak out over top. Have Dari do the same thing, that same route against Jacksonville, and have CJ kind of bleed out to the right. Give him some space. Give him some space. Give him some time to figure it out. I see it in the chat. Take your damn time, man. Like we weren't. It was like 5 minutes left in the half. Like we were fine. Take your time in that. That was my biggest complaint in the first half. But overall, great half of football. Like the first half was fantastic. Should have taken the 3.
Absolutely.
I mean, could have taken the 3 because take the 3 right there, and then you take the 3 again. Then it's 20-3 at half. So that would have been a great score going in a half. But that was my biggest complaint with the first half.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. And let me read some of the chats here. We got Bo M. He said, "What's up, guys? What's up, Bo?" Caleb Jeter says, "I was at the game yesterday, and our G was rocking at the end of the game." Yeah, I heard. A few people that have been there were saying it was loud as hell. Parker Mattern just said, "Just got here, but I knew we could win. I was just very nervous for the Bills all year and accepted that it would be an early season L for us. I love that even at CJ's worst moments, now we have a team that can keep us in it." Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely true. CJ's always is very capable of hero ball, but he made some mistakes. I mean, he had a fumble that we lost, and he had that pretty bad interception. And
it might have been one of the worst interceptions of his career thus far.
Yeah,
that was terrible. He got fooled entirely. He got fooled entirely on that route. So that was tough, and that was a tough moment to throw an interception to. But like Parker says, like, even at his worst moments, like we can still find a way to win with CJ Stroud on our defense, and that's
absolutely
that's really what counts. That's really what matters the most.
You know what I was thinking about when CJ threw that interception? You know, in the 2000, I believe 9 film Grown Ups by Adam Sandler. Whenever at the very end of the game when he's about to hit the 3 and win the pickup game, but he misses on purpose, and everyone's like, he never misses that shot. Like everyone's like, what the fuck is that? That's how I feel when CJ throws an interception.
Yeah, I'm like, did he do that on purpose? Is he really that good of a guy to like be like, oh, let me?
It's just so out of character.
It is out of character. Like, let me think. But he's such a stand-up dude, such a God-fearing, ethical man. Like he probably could do that. Just be like, let me give him hope, and then we're gonna just beat.
Yeah, right.
We're just gonna beat them. It's a lot of copium that we're taking right now, but but if we're getting into the second, like the mistakes in the second half. There's a lot of them. The second half was kind of a mess, honestly. It was kind of a mess. The Bills kind of just in like two drives made it a game immediately. It was like what we were just blowing them out and rocking, right? Like in the first half, and now all of a sudden it's like close. It's a 1-score game, and now it's going to be tied. It was a mess of a half. It was a mess of a half.
Yeah.
What was your biggest complaint in the second half?
Well, probably just I think the boys got comfortable, and I think they were really hard on themselves in the first half about playing clean football, not committing penalties, doing the right thing at the right moment, and really just because they knew this was such a big game, and they've seen and they've heard the chatter about the last 2 weeks, and I think they came out ready to go. But then I think we, like you mentioned, we're basically blowing out the Bills. We're dominating them in every facet of the game in the first half. They come out in the second half a little more relaxed, I think. And I think they were like, oh, we got this. We're good. And then we start getting a false start on Shaq Mason. And we start getting just some penalties here and there. And I think that was really what it is. We need to – this is such stereotypical football stuff. But you got to play 4 quarters. You're not playing 2 and then playing 2 soft quarters. You got to play 4 quarters of football. It is not over until 0-0-0 at the 4th. Because if you come out in the second half and start slowing down and pumping the brakes a little bit, then that leads to it being 20-20 on the 50 fucking yard line with Kaimi Fairbairn having to hit a miracle kick, which we're lucky that we have Kaimi who can do that. But
love John Christian. Love Kaimi. Oh my God. We are so blessed to have a really elite kicker. We just don't even know it. We just don't. There are a lot of people that don't even know it. But Kaimi I think he might be the best kicker in the NFL. I think he might be the best kicker in the NFL. That 59-yarder, and I'm kind of jumping ahead here, but 59-yarder to win the game, I was nervous, but I don't know why I was nervous. He nailed that shit.
He
nailed that shit.
Well, it was a wild kick.
Yeah.
It was. It like had a little curve
and then went back in. Yeah, but it was like dead center.
I was freaking out. Like, and they showed D'Amico right before Kaimi's about to kick it, and he
couldn't even
crouching
watch.
And like, I know. I was like, fuck, dude.
I was like, if Captain Miko can't even watch, I can't even watch.
I can't watch.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
But I also knew I knew that shit was gonna be nails. I just knew I knew he was gonna get it.
Oh, I mean, I'm the biggest Kaimi fan ever.
Yeah,
I'm a bigger fan than you, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I had the shirt. Yeah.
Oh, do you know his full name? Can you see it on the top of your head right now?
No,
I didn't think so.
No, I'm not even gonna try.
Don't even attempt it.
Yeah.
How about that?
But all praise to Kaimi. He hit his field goals in the 59-yarder to seal the win. Beautiful. But we almost did hand the Bills. I see Luke talking about it in the chat. We did almost hand the game to him on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Miko, I think Miko may, like I said earlier, still learning curve for him. He's still learning to be. He's already a great head coach, but he's learning to make these like little minute detailed decisions like later in the game. But this is like during it one that you're watching it, you're like, oh, and then you realize what happened. You're like, oh, why did we just do that? And I know what everyone. The 40 seconds left, 3rd down, we're in field goal range. We get in field goal range. You throw the ball, it's incomplete, and it's intentional grounding, pushes you out of field goal range. that sequence of events, I was convinced that we were going to lose. Right?
Was that Slowick's decision or Miko's?
I mean, there was I don't know. The thing is, like, Miko
I
needs
mean, it
to
must
make
be
the
Slowick's
decision.
decision, but D'Amico needs to be in a position where he says, no,
Yeah.
we're not doing
It's
this
like,
right
hey,
now.
we're winning the game right now. We're not throwing the ball
Yeah.
and stopping the clock.
Do you think he ever vetoes Slowick? I don't think he does.
I
I
don't
think
know.
he lets Slowick make every
I mean,
offensive decision.
Slowick calls the offensive plays.
No,
so,
I know, but like,
yeah, maybe not.
Usually, you have a head coach where, like, if he hears the play and he's like, "Actually, let's not do that." Like, you have that dynamic. I don't think he's ever vetoing.
Maybe not, and like that makes sense because
D'Amico-
Slowick has had some issues. Slowick has been, I still trust in Bobby, Super Chef Bobby Slay. I still trust
Yeah.
in Bobby, but he has had some issues this year. And whoever's
Sure.
decision that was to run that play in that situation, don't do that ever again. Because
Yeah.
another team won't let us, because the Bills made even worse management decisions.
They were playing
Yeah.
hot potato with the game.
They were like backed up all the way in the end zone, like just throwing it 50 yards downfield. I didn't understand that.
We just got extremely lucky that
That Sean McDermott is embarrassed.
just with a disaster class. Like
Yeah.
it was just the how to not coach football. Like it was bad. Like if I'm a Bills fan right now, I am waking up today praying on Sean McDermott's downfall and firing. Like it's pretty ridiculous about how bad he was
Damn.
yesterday.
I mean, when they were 3-0, they looked like, he might be coach of the year with what he's doing
But
right
this-
now. Josh Allen might be MVP, but guy, how like the fall off in the last 2 weeks for him has just been like, damn, get blown out by Baltimore. You basically coach your way to an L against the Houston Football Texans, because at that point you should have kneeled it out, taking that shit to overtime.
Absolutely.
Take that shit to overtime all the time. Don't in your end zone with Will Anderson bearing down on you. Start just trying to throw darts at midfield.
Especially
That's crazy.
When their offense hasn't been able to do anything all day. They weren't able to do anything.
I mean, give it to James Cook. I don't know. I would just been like, hey, we're in a bad situation right now. We're in the end zone and the game's tied. Let's just sneak it up the middle and run up this clock and let's get out of here. No, they didn't do that. It was like 3 straight incompletions. Crazy. Stop the clock with like a few seconds left.
Used 12 seconds.
Used up 12 seconds. Then you kick the ball to us at midfield and we're immediately in field goal range. Like, so Sean McDermott like basically coached his way to an L, and that helped us out immensely because like we were trying to coach our way to an L as well. So it was just a mid off between Miko and Sean at the end of the game. I'm not saying Miko's mid, but at the end of the game, it was like, what are we doing here? What is going on? Why are we even in this position? Why are we even in this position? But ultimately, it didn't matter at the end of the day. CJ completed that pass to Dari. It's like,
which was clutch. Which I want to go back because we've been doing a lot of complaining about Bobby and stuff, but that was a great call by Bobby and really great football IQ from CJ, knowing exactly what he needed.
The Bills putting 2 high safeties 25 yards.
We just needed like 5 yards to get the field goal range or Kaimi's range, and it was just like, oh, Dari's right there, and got down, call a timeout, 2 seconds left. 59-yard game winner. It was a weird ending. It was a really weird ending.
The Bills did the same shit that the Texans did to the Saints week 1 in 2019 when like Will Lutz hit like a fucking 60-yarder to beat us, and the Saints were really good that year, and it was all they needed was like 4 or 5 yards. But whoever our DC was in 2019,
I think it was Cornell,
dude,
and then it was Aaron Colvin
all the way down the field playing prevent. I was like, yo, no, get up top.
It's like their range is right there. Like play some press, man. Let's get some pressure, and like, no, you're not moving this ball on us. The Bills were just like, I think the Bills are fucking just done at that point. They're like, whatever happens. We're just gonna see if he misses this kick.
It's like they were playing for like they thought the Texans were gonna try and be tricky and like go deep. Which would have been terrible. Decision. Why would you game plan for like the most unnecessary play?
Don't know what they're doing at the end. Like I said, Sean McDermott is like he should be public enemy number 1 in Buffalo right now. Because they would have won that game. I mean,
well, he does this every year though. Sean McDermott does this every year. Like they win some games. People are like, no, he's good. And then by the end of the season, everyone's like, should we fire him? He sucks. And it's like, but he won a good amount of games. But it's like, no, but he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's never going to win the big one. Not with Sean. And they're wasting Josh's prime.
Oh, yeah. After a while, you have to start being honest with yourself, being honest with what you have, and say, hey, maybe our really good quarterback and overall good roster every year helped us win in the regular season. And then when we get to the postseason, it's like, oh, Sean McDermott just made the dumbest blunder, made the dumbest decision of all time, does that shit all the time. After a while, the Buffalo Bills fans probably are going to be calling for his firing, I'd say. But
they already are. I was watching some videos yesterday. I was watching a very similar production to Bills fans right after the game going live. Oh my God. You'd have thought he killed their parents. Like, you would have thought Sean McDermott murdered their family.
Might as well have.
Yeah, exactly. But it's bad. Crazy blunder. But yeah.
I'm just at the end of the day, the Texans are now 4-1. I said last week I thought the Bills were gonna beat us. I was wrong. Thank God I was wrong, because if we would have lost against the Bills with the way they played too, I would be really, really like looking at this year like we are not nearly as good as I think we are. We are not nearly as good as what I think we are. But we just play like we did the first half. Clean football, no turnovers, making those big chunk plays like Nico and Stephon and all that, like running the ball, do Cam Akers touchdown, like shout out, like that seeing him like bump it out to the outside and go in untouched. That was kind of new for the run game this year so far without Joe Mixon. So shout out that if we can get that going without Joe, hopefully Joe's back soon though. If we can keep that going, see a lot of great things to come. See a lot of great things, obviously. Like the Bills are no slouch. They're no slouch of a team, and we got the win, we got the dub, and that just says a lot about the Houston Texans right now. Like we're playing pretty solid.
The Texans are 4-1, and we just beat the Bills without Joe Mixon, without our starting running back Joe Mixon, without Nico Collins for most of the game. On the defensive side of the ball, without Jimmy Ward, without Danico Autry, who was a big signing in free agency, without Christian Harris. When we get everyone back from suspension and healthy, maybe next week against this poor Patriots team, I mean, it might be. That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. And also, I don't know if y'all have heard. I know we'll obviously do a preview episode, but Drake May might be getting the start next week. Drake May might be getting the start in New England against
his first career start against a D'Amico defense.
Yeah,
man, you know what? And their whole thing was like, "Hey, we're not trying to throw him into the wolves, throw him to the pits of hell yet." Look at this offensive line. Now they're going to be like, "Oh, we're playing against Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. next week." Okay,
you're ready to eat turf.
Yeah, let's
You saw what happened to fucking Josh Allen this week. Oh
yeah.
Oh my God,
you're up, kid.
Which, by the way, like, was Josh Allen not? He was for sure concussed. He for sure got knocked out, right?
Absolutely. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how they let him come back into that game. I have no idea how they let that happen.
He was like on the ground, like, and I was like, he's so hurt right now. He's out of this game. He just comes back. I mean, he just comes right back out. I'm like, I mean, not even gonna check him or anything. Did he for sure clear concussion protocol? Like, there's no way.
I mean, he must have, but in his press conference, he said it was a chest injury, and I was like, it didn't look like it. He was out cold.
No way. He hit his head.
No, when he hit his head, his whole body went limp.
He hit his head. He was just and like kind of laid there, and I was like, he looked like he died just now.
Yeah,
like, he looks dead. And then we got up, and it took him a little bit, and I was like, he's concussed. He's for sure concussed. When he came back in, I was like, y'all didn't look at him. Y'all did not fucking look at him like that. No, so shame on the Bills training staff, their medical staff for trying to put your poor elite quarterback back in there, obviously concussed. And like, I bet you this week they're gonna be like, he's concussed actually.
Yeah,
like,
for
watch.
sure.
I bet you like they're gonna be like, actually, he's actually he's limited in practice. I don't know, but I saw that and I was like, he's for sure concussed.
There's someone in the chat who actually named Forrest Whitaker.
I know his name popped up when I was saying something. I just stopped myself from laughing. Hey, Forrest, how's it going, man?
Hey,
love your work.
But Forrest does have a funny chat. He said, Caitlin Clark, I can make a 3 from behind the logo. Kyme Fairbairn and hold my beer. Yeah, facts.
I mean, Kyme can probably – that would have been good from like 63, I think.
Yeah.
That field goal. So, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game so far, or the game right now. I mean, I had some complaints. There's a lot of good things. Played better, certainly played better than we did last week. If we would have played like we did last week, we would have lost. So, hey, just keep getting better. Got the Patriots this Sunday. Stay tuned for our preview this week because we're just probably going to be talking shit on them.
I wanted to ask you. So CJ Stroud is third in the league right now in passing yards.
Yes.
Do you know who 2 and 1 are?
I gotta say, Kirk Cousins probably up there.
He is 5th.
Kirk Cousins is 5th.
Yeah,
he had 500 yards. How is he 5th?
A bunch of mid game.
Who else?
I don't know. Hold on, let me think.
Geno is one of them. Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is number 1 in the league.
Geno Smith is 1. Hell yeah, Geno.
By a bit. He has 1466.
Where's Brock on that? Because I know before the game, Brock was.
He is 4th, 1374. He's right behind CJ.
Who's 2? Oh, okay. Let me guess.
I feel like it's going to be someone we wouldn't expect.
I mean, he's looking at me like it's going to be. Who is it?
Dak Prescott.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that does make a little sense.
And
he's a regular season merchant.
That Cowboys game last night was going on so late. I didn't know there was a weather delay because I was out, like wasn't paying any attention. And I got home and I like opened up my phone to look who won. And it was like third quarter and it was midnight almost. And I was like, what the fuck happened?
It's funny. Dak Prescott is the first quarterback ever in the same game to throw 2 interceptions, both each on different days. Technically, he threw an interception before his midnight, and he threw an interception after it was midnight. So that's pretty funny. Yeah. All our games are born. There's a Cowboys fan. We have respect for you as well. Thank you for showing the respect. That's pretty much all I have to say. Stay tuned for our preview for the Patriots game. It's gonna be hopefully a blowout. Well, one thing that I'm seeing is like we're 4-1. But we have a minus point. We have a minus 12 point differential. Yeah. We need one blowout to just be like, all right, we're good. We got a plus point differential now.
There hasn't been a single win that's been.
It's all been close wins. Yeah. I just need one blowout. Give me that blowout, Texans. Let's go.
Chilling by the third.
I thought we were gonna have it in the first half. I thought we were gonna have it in the first
12
half.
Point differential right now, and that's not good.
It's all because of that Vikings game. Fucking Vikings.
Yeah.
Dude. But. All right. Hey, you know where you should be watching the games at going forward for the rest of the season?
Where?
You should be going to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. It's the best ball watching environment. They have delicious food. They have delicious beer. They're on top of the game. They're on top of the game here in Houston. So go to Big City Wings, please. I implore you, because you will have a good time. Thank you, and shout out to Big City Wings.
Yeah, thank you so much, Big City Wings, for sponsoring. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Let us know that you like what we're doing. We really appreciate it. Leave your comments down below, your thoughts on the game, thoughts about next week's game. Obviously, stay tuned for our preview, and we do these live game reviews the day after every game. And it's really fun. It's fun to just hang out, and it's more relaxed than our preview. It's just more, we're just live hanging out, talking ball. It's a good time. So make sure you tune in for these. Follow us on Twitter at Apollo Texans and Apollo HOU to keep up with Houston sports, and obviously the Texans and Apollo HOU on Instagram. Guys, other than that, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you later.
Watch Texans.